Assalamu alaikum and welcome. I'm Ayesha Syed, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about a significant topic of the Islamic calendar, Dhul Hajj. This month holds extreme significance to Muslims all around the world, not just because of the pilgrimage, but also because of its deep connection to the concept of sacrifice. Sacrifice or qurbani is a central theme of Dhul Hajj, the last month of the Islamic calendar. It honors the incredible story of Prophet Ibrahim ﷺ and his willingness to sacrifice his son, Prophet Ismail ﷺ. This story is a powerful proof of faith and submission. Imagine the immense faith and trust Prophet Ibrahim had in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was ready to give up what was most precious to him, but in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his infinite mercy, provided a ram to be sacrificed instead. This act of qurbani is a reminder for all of us about the essence of sacrifice in our lives. But what does it mean for us today? What can we learn from the story of Prophet Ibrahim? First and foremost, it teaches us about the importance of obedience to Allah. Prophet Ibrahim didn't hesitate. He did not question. He simply obeyed what was not even a clear command from Allah, and it was simply a dream. After seeking consent from his son, he got ready to sacrifice him, and his son was equally as steadfast as his father. This level of submission is something that we all strive to have in our faith. Beyond obedience, this story teaches us about trust and reliance on Allah. In our daily lives, we face many challenges and trials. Sometimes we are asked to give up on things that are dear to us, whether it's our time, our resources, and even sometimes personal desires. In moments like these, we should remember this story of Prophet Ibrahim and trust that Allah's wisdom is greater than our own. Now, let's talk about the broader concept of sacrifice in Islam. It's not just about the physical act of qurbani, which is a significant part of Eid al-Adha, but it's also about the sacrifices that we make in our daily lives. Sacrifice in Islam can mean giving up our wealth to those in need. It can mean giving up our comfort to volunteer our time and skills to benefit our communities. It can also mean giving up our desires and habits to live a life that is more pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about the times you have stayed up late at night to pray or to read the Quran, the money you have donated to charity, or the moments you have helped your friends in need. All of these are a form of sacrifice, and they help us grow close to Allah, and also they help us grow our spirituality. In Islam, sacrifice is extremely dear to Allah because it's an expression of devotion and trust. The act of sacrifice is not just about giving up something valuable, but it's about demonstrating our willingness to submit to Allah's will. This act of submission is highly regarded by Allah and is a means of drawing closer to Him. Allah tells us in the Quran that He does not need the blood or the flesh of the sacrificial animal, but it's our piety that reaches Him. This piety is reflected in our willingness to make sacrifices for His sake. When we give up something we value, we show our sincerity and dedication to our faith. Sacrifice is also a blessing for believers. It helps us develop patience and resilience. When we endure these hardships and sacrifices with patience and obedience, our rank is raised in the eyes of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said that when Allah loves a people, He tests them. And those who accept these trials with patience are rewarded greatly. This is why sacrifice is such an integral part of our faith. It purifies our hearts and strengthens our characters. It reminds us of our dependence on Allah and our duty to help others. When we sacrifice for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're not only fulfilling our religious obligation, but are also cultivating virtues like humility, compassion, and gratitude. Today, I want to draw a parallel between this concept of sacrifice as seen in the story of Prophet Ibrahim ﷺ and the ongoing struggles faced by our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Despite the immense hardships they endure, their resilience and steadfastness in faith are truly inspiring. They face challenges that most of us cannot even imagine, yet their faith remains unshaken. The people of Palestine embody the spirit of sacrifice every single day. Their unwavering faith and determination, despite facing such tremendous adversities, remind us of the importance of standing in solidarity with those who are oppressed. Their sacrifices teach us valuable lessons about resilience and the power of community support. When we see their sacrifices, we should be reminded of our own responsibilities. We should be inspired to make sacrifices in our own lives, whether it's through supporting humanitarian efforts, raising awareness, or simply offering our prayers and solidarity. Every small act of sacrifice can contribute to a larger impact. As we observe Dhul Hajj, let's reflect on the true meaning of sacrifice. Let's remember that it is through acts of giving and selflessness that we can achieve true devotion and compassion. Let's honor this sacred month by committing to acts of kindness and by supporting those in need, whether they are near or far. Think about how you can make a difference. Can you volunteer your time to help your local charity? Can you donate to help the people of Palestine or other communities in need? Can you offer a listening ear to someone going through tough times? These small acts of sacrifice can have a profound impact. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our sacrifices and may He give us strength and resilience. Let's make the month of Dhul Hajj a time for reflection, devotion, and action. Thank you so much for joining me today. May peace and blessings be upon you all.